We are live. Yay! Hello, everyone. Let's see who is going to be the first to join. Today is going to be so exciting. Guys, today is going to be so exciting. No jokes. Please welcome. Let me know your name. Let me know where you're watching from. Hit the like button. Share this video to as many people as you can. Something is about to happen on this channel today. Something is happening. I've gone far and wide yet again, looking for this wonderful opportunity for every one of you. So please let me know where you're watching from. Hit the like button so YouTube would notify others that this live is happening now. Let me know where you're watching from. Thank you so much, Kesta, for waiting. Please share this video, share to Telegram, to Instagram, to Facebook, to WhatsApp. Share to as many people as you can who you know are interested in this pathway. As you can tell from the screen, I brought someone very amazing. Like, guys, this is your year to relocate, okay? This is your year to relocate. If you want to, if that is your dream, then this is the time. I'm not going to waste you guys' time, okay? We're just going to get straight right into this. However, please once again like the video, share this video to as many people as you can so people would be notified. Tell them if they want to move to USA, now is the time. So welcome, Dr. Britton. I am so glad to have you here. You're so beautiful,
Thank
by the
you.
ways.
Oh,
You
thank
look
you.
so gorgeous, yeah. So, guys, she is going to be putting you through on how to relocate to the US as a teacher. She's basically going to hold your hands, give you step-by-step guide on how to do this and see that you are successful. Yes, it is very possible to relocate to the US as a teacher. This is no scam zone. You guys know whenever I come here is to give you vital information based on my research. I have gone to make a proper finding and I came across Dr. Britton, and guess what, guys? She is the bomb if you ever want to relocate to the USA. So please, can you introduce yourself to us?
Guys, thanks for joining. My name is Dr. Stephanie Britton, and I am from Jamaica, as you'll tell by my accent. And I have been working in the United States as an educator since 2015. Since my tenure here, I've learned a lot about obtaining a teaching job in the United States, where I've helped a lot of Jamaicans to get a teaching job in the United States, and not just Jamaicans, but teachers from other countries. I work with a lot of teachers, and I'm here to share that information with you today. I hope you are ready. Get your books and your pencils.
Yeah, that's right. So, guys, you better get your books and your pen with you. If you're just joining, I also want you to comment, Clara, I'm with my book and pen. And she's going to be giving you all the step by step guide. And, guys, it only gets juicer from here. At the end of this video, she's going to be announcing something really special for those who would be interested to work alongside her. Yes, you heard me right. So, talking about relocating to USA as a teacher, could you please put us through? I don't want to do the talking. I want to leave the screen for you to talk. Okay, so now is the time. You shine on.
All right. So, in order to become an educator in the United States, there are some requirements that you should have. The main and first requirement that, every employer will ask you is if you have a bachelor's degree in education from your home country. So, a bachelor's degree in education, it could be primary education, early childhood education, it could be in the sciences, whatever degree, it should be a bachelor's degree. That bachelor's degree should be able to be evaluated by one of their approved accrediting body and show that it is equivalent to a US degree. We can talk some more about the approved bodies later this in this video. Just share that with us in the comment there if you are interested to know about those. But yes, you need a bachelor's degree that is equivalent to a US degree, and you need also to be fluent in English. If English is not your first language, so you can be fluent in English, but English is not your first language. If English is not your first language, then they're going to want to see some form of examination results showing that you are equivalent you are fluent in English. Sorry about that. All right. They want to know also that you have at least most program sponsors or employers want to know you have at least 2 years teaching experience in your home country. Now, some program sponsors may be flexible and, not be so hard and fast on that 2 year working experience, but it is a requirement that you have at least 2 years teaching experience in your home country. They want to know you have a clean background check. Some countries call it something else. I know in Jamaica we
Police
call it a
clearance.
police record.
Yeah.
What do you call it in your country?
Police clearance.
Police clearance. In Jamaica, we call it police record. In the United States, they say background check. You have different names for it, but that's the same thing. They want to know you have a clean one from your home country. Some program sponsors want to know that you can drive and that you have a driving license in your home country and you have been driving for at least 2 years. Now, do not let the driving license aspect of it deter you, because not every employer is going to ask for that. The J1 sponsors, most of them who place teachers in, the country areas, they want to know that you have a driver's license because you're going to need a car and you're going to be required to drive to and from work. However, some schools who hire teachers directly, and they might be in the city or, in the suburban area, and teachers can take public transportation, they might not be so hard on the fact that you need to have a driving license. So those are some of the basic requirements: fluent in English, a bachelor's degree, police record check, driving license. If I remember any more along the way, I'll be sure to add those, but those are the basic ones.
So overall, can you give a percentage of jobs in the United States for overseas teachers? Like, are there really a lot of jobs in the United States for overseas teachers who are interested in this?
So let's put it this way: there is a teacher shortage in the United States. There is a teacher shortage in the United States, and principals, employers, educational stakeholders are trying to fill these vacancies. So that makes it where if they cannot find a teacher in the United States to fill this position and they can find somebody outside of the United States who has the qualification and the things that they need, they will hire you if there is a clear pathway for this to be done, meaning they're going to look on all the things, the requirements. If you meet these requirements, if you have a clear background check, if you are eligible for a visa, because they want to check first to see your eligibility for a work visa or a J1 cultural exchange visa before they move on with the process. So if you meet all these requirements and they cannot find an American teacher or somebody who's already here in the United States to fill a vacancy, they will look outside of the United States. And that's why we have so many J1 program sponsors who brings teachers here in the United States to teach, because there is a teacher shortage. And so what the J1 program sponsors do is to go outside of the United States to find teachers to help to fill these gaps in the different school districts. So yes, there is a need for teachers in the United States. And if they cannot find their own, they're going to go outside.
Yes. So can these teachers bring in their family? Like, most people who want to relocate through a job offer are actually seeking to do this, whereby they can come in with their children, their spouse, or their partner. Is it possible?
Yes. So, as I keep saying, J1 program sponsor, you might not know the difference between a sponsor or an employer. That's something we can discuss further, but just to get straight into the answer. The J1 program sponsors allow teachers to take their families with them. So, do you take your family with you on the first day that you arrive in the United States? Maybe not. Some program sponsor recommend that you come first, settle, get somewhere to live, at least get situated and know your whereabouts, to get around, and then your family can come after. But there's not one program sponsor that I'm aware of that tells teachers that they cannot take their families with them. So if you are accepted with a J1 program sponsor, they do offer the J1 visa, which is a cultural exchange visa. It is usually issued initially for 3 years with a possibility of extending it for 2 years, meaning you could be in the United States for 5 years teaching. If your family comes with you, then your husband or your wife, they are issued a J2 dependent visa. This J2 dependent visa will allow your husband or your wife to apply for a work permit to
Wow.
work in the United States. Now, your husband or your wife on their J2 visa can work anywhere in the United States with that work permit. However, you as the J1 holder, you who got the teaching job, you are going to be held accountable to stay with your J1 sponsor. The school district that you are placed to work with, that's the school you're going to work with. But your J2 dependents can work wherever they choose to work.
Great.
Okay. I keep mentioning the J1 sponsor, but that's not the only way or the only route to teach in the United States. You can do direct hire where you apply directly to a school district. And most times these school districts, they offer the H1B visa. Now, the H1B visa is a work visa which allows teachers to come here to teach in the United States. If you are a skilled area professional, you would be familiar with the H1B visa because that's what a lot of the skilled area professionals do. But they usually have to go through a H1B lottery. When compared to teachers, teachers don't need to go through the H1B lottery to come to the United States to teach. So, any time of the year, if an employer needs a teacher to come to teach in the United States on an H1B visa, they can apply for them to come on the H1B visa.
Wow.
However, as opposed to the J1B visa and your J2 dependents can come and work, your H1B visa will allow your family to come with you as well. They come on a visa that is called an H4 dependent visa, but your H4 dependents are not allowed to work. You will be the only one working in your household if you're on an H1B visa. Your H4 dependents will be allowed to come to the United States and stay with you. They will be eligible to work if you are offered, sponsorship for permanent residence and your application has been sent in and it has gotten to a specific part of the process, then your husband or wife will be able to apply for a work permit to work in the United States. Before this, H1 and H4 holders could work. That changed um, when there was some new government changes. So it is a lot of people's hope that this will change again, and then H4 dependents will be able to work along with their H1 holders.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, talking about this pathway into the USA, definitely it's a visa sponsorship pathway whereby the foreigners or workers from overseas would be getting a sponsorship into the USA, right? Should I,
Yes,
in
it's
other words, call
definitely
it
a
a free
sponsorship.
pathway? Yeah. So it's actually a free pathway as this employer would be the one to cover up their relocation costs, isn't it?
Yes, let me talk some more about the pathway. And yes, it is free. There's gonna be some things you're gonna pay for, and I'm gonna explain what those things are. So most J1 program sponsors, and I share on my platform for those who would like to check out my YouTube channel that's Kicking with Dr. Britton. Most J1 program sponsors are free. You apply to them for free. Um, they send your reports or your profile out to school districts for free. The only thing you pay for is to get your police record. You pay to get your credentials evaluated. You pay to do your English exam if you want to prove that you are fluent in English. You pay for your visa if you're going to come to the United States. You may pay for your airfare. But when we talk about the job aspect, getting the job and everything, you don't need to pay the J1 program sponsors, but not all. Some J1 program sponsors have a fee, but there are a lot of J1 program sponsors that you pay not $1 to. I recently shared on my platform a J1 program sponsor that I basically promote a lot for them. I went to Jamaica with them last year, January, to recruit teachers in Jamaica for them. They are called International Alliance Group. I promoted on my platform in February and again in March that they are currently seeking teachers in the United States. It's kicking with Dr. Britton. So once you apply with IAG, that's the one I promoted lately, you don't need to pay them anything. The only thing you're gonna pay for is the things I just mentioned, like the police record, your own personal stuff. If you didn't have a passport, you need to renew your passport, stuff like that. You go on IAG's website for free. You apply, it's free. They take you through the process. You can ask them any question, and it's free. You get an interview opportunity to interview with school districts, free. And if you get a job offer, again, it's free. The only time you pay is to get your own personal stuff, as I mentioned before. You're going to pay to get your visa. You're going to pay to get your passport if you need one. You're going to pay to go on the plane, right? Those things. But getting to the job, applying to the job and stuff like that, it is totally free.
Wow, that is great. So unfortunately, we couldn't write a name on the screen, but the name of our channel is called Kicking with Dr. Britain. Go and check it out. She's doing amazing. And not only that, she has participated in a lot of job fairs in terms of the teaching job in USA, whereby she collaborates with a lot of school district, employers, agency to help recruit overseas teachers. Guys, she's the bomb. Now, talking about the English language requirement, I don't know if you know something called IELTS. I don't know what terms you guys use in the USA, but over here in the UK and most part of the world, we call it IELTS, International English Language Examination Testing. Is it a requirement? Is it a must? So I'm just going to be pinning, let me see if I can pin that though. Yes, so I'm just going to leave it here, the name of our channel. So is it a must you get the IELTS certification before you relocate into the USA as a teacher?
So, what I know for sure with IAG, International Alliance Group, what they do is if your first language is not English, they have an exam that they ask you to do, and they'll send the link. Once you apply to their program, they'll send you the link for you to do the exam. And when you're finished, you pass it, you can upload it. Other from that, on their website, they will share the exams that they recommend. And I'll put the name of them again in the chat box for those who'd like to check them out. I can put the link for them as well, maybe later today.
Okay, good. Thank you. You're so
Yeah.
kind.
So they basically tell you which program sponsor, I mean, which English exam they recommend.
All right. So that is, it's a must or not a must? Like, is it like,
If you're all right, so if your first language is not English, they want you to do that exam, especially the one that's free, and that's free. The one that they send you the link to do, it's free.
free?
Especially that one, they want you to do it with them. If your credentials are not in English, you definitely would have to get those translated in English,
Yeah.
because everything mainly everything in the United States, they teach in English, so they want to see your credentials in English to do the credential evaluation and stuff like that. But as I mentioned earlier, if you are interested in IAG and you apply to them, there is a email address, or should I say a link, that I share also on my platform, that you can send questions to, and they always respond. Whatever you need assistance with, they have a team of people who are responding to the questions that are being asked.
Yeah, great. So this is such an amazing information. And what is actually our interest for today is how can you help those of us who are overseas to come into the USA as a teacher? Where can you come in to do this for us? As a lot of us, a lot of my audience in particular, are interested in this because of the so many benefits. Number one, you can actually come in with your dependents, And before we dive into that, how many years working permits would be issued to one if they successfully get a teaching job in the US? Is it 3, 5, 6, or permanent?
How many what? Can you repeat your question?
How many years visa would be offered?
Okay. So for the J1 visa, as I mentioned earlier, the J1 visa is a cultural exchange visa. So with the J1 visa, it is intended for cultural exchange. You come to the United States initially for 3 years. You come to share your culture, learn their culture, and you go home to share what you learn back with your home country. Some school district may want to extend that 2 years with you, and so you can stay for 5 years, share your culture, learning their culture, and then they expect that you go home after the 5 years of your cultural exchange visa. There are means of, you know, going around this, but that's for another day or another time. But for the H1B visa as well, they sponsor those work visa for an initial 3 years. Now, depending on the school district that you're going to get a job with, if you're not licensed to teach in the United States, they're going to encourage you to do the exam to get that license in the United States. Some school district will give you like a year to pass that licensure exam. And then when you pass your licensure exam, you get a 3-year visa on your H1B. The H1B visa is not a cultural exchange visa, it's a work visa and it has dual intent, meaning you can work on it and also has the possibility of getting your permanent resident status in the United States. So a lot of internationals tend to gravitate towards the H1B visa because of its dual intent. But I usually say this to my fellow Jamaicans and to other internationals. Yes, the H1B is dual intent and it's geared towards getting a permanent resident card, but you can also do that if you start off with a J1 visa. As I mentioned before, there are means and ways of how you can maneuver to move
And I
from
think,
J1, then
yeah,
H1, then permanent residency. You just have to know understand the system and what to do. So the H1B visa, as I mentioned now, initially it's going to be for 3 years, and then you can get another extension of 3 more years, making you work in the United States on your H1B visa for 6 years. However, I've seen people who have been in the United States for more than 6 years on H1B visa and still have not gotten their green card, or their green card is in process, because some country it takes a longer time for your permanent resident application to be processed. So there are different ways and means of going about different things. And as we all know, the immigration system in the United States, it is I need a good word for it. It is good and it is bad. I don't know. The immigration system.
yeah. So someone is asking Temi Tope if they accept applications from Nigeria. I think you already
All right,
answered.
so I'm glad somebody asked that question, because tomorrow on my channel at 5 p.m. EST, I have a young lady who's currently live in Europe, somewhere in Europe. She's from Nigeria, and she's coming to share with us how she navigated the system to climb the educational ladder to get a teaching job in the United States. She reached out to me and she wanted to share, because a lot of Nigerians, a lot of people from Africa follow my channel, and some teachers from Africa are here in the United States from watching my channel. They have reached out to say, hey, I got a job and stuff like that. But some, it's kind of harder. And so she wants to come and share what she did. She have taught in over 6 different countries, to include the United States, Oman, um, I cannot call some of the name of the countries. It's on my channel. The poster is there. The different countries she has taught in. But she's coming to share tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST on Kicking with Dr. Britain, how she navigated the system to get a teaching job in the United States. So the answer would be yes, it is possible. It might not be as easy as other nationals that their first language is English, and they usually try to find teachers like from the Caribbean who it's easier for them to get a job in the United States, or teachers in Latin America, or but that does not mean Nigerians are not here, because I'm positive I have people from your side of the world here teaching also.
Yeah. So talking about how you can help us, as that is the juicy part of this live session today. How do you come in, please?
Okay, so what I do is in my platform, that's the biggest help I provide. I share a lot of information on my YouTube channel on how to get a teaching job in the United States. Again, it's Kicking with Dr. Britton. You can also find me on Facebook and on IG under the same name, Kicking with Dr. Britton. And I usually share like the the requirements to teach in the United States. I will share also school districts who are searching for teachers. I share different J1 sponsors, the ones that are free, the ones that you have to pay for. I share upcoming job fairs. I share, basically everything about how to get a teaching job in the United States. However, since I've been doing this for some time, I've realized that some people need more guidance and more one-on-one help. And so what I've done is I now provide one-on-one consultancy with people who are interested in learning more about, how they can get a job in the United States. Now
Great.
I do this through my website, which is called supremacyconnect.com. I'm putting that in the chat. Supremacyconnect.com. Since Supremacy Connect, you can sign up to get a one-on-one consultant, which is like 45 minutes. And you can ask all the questions you need. You can get step-by-step guidance, because I know a lot of people say, although they watch the videos, they need that one-on-one, personal effect where we're talking like we're talking right now. And I can basically say, this is unique to you, because that's another thing. Everybody's case is unique, and
Yeah.
everybody's case is different. So your case might be different, and you want to know, what can I do? So through supremacyconnect.com, I provide that one-on-one consultant, and I can share with you, how you can maneuver the system to get, into a teaching application pool and be interviewed and possibly get a job. I also, other than that one-on-one consultation, I do group packages. Like if a group of teachers do not want to do the one-on-one, but you have a group of teachers, a maximum of 10, want to come together and pay for that group package, and you come with your questions on how to get a teaching job in the United States, I also do group packages. Or I do yearly package where you want to work with me one-on-one for an entire year until you get a job, or basically the step by step process of what to do now, what to do next. I also work with teachers, or should I say prospective teachers, who might have a first degree but it's not in teaching, and you're trying to see how you can get credentials to teach in the United States. I work with those people as well through supremacyconnect.com. I tried typing it, but it did not go through.
Oh,
So maybe
I think I'm just gonna take the link from you and leave it as a pinned comment in the live.
okay, good,
Yeah.
good.
So I
All
think I
right.
feel like from hearing all of these, what actually take my interest or catches my interest is the one where you said you can hold their hands until they get the job. Okay.
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Until they
Go
get the
ahead.
job. I feel like I prefer the one where you can hold their hands until they get the job, like put them through. I feel like that is actually amazing instead of the one-on-one where it's just 45 minutes and rehearse, that is the end. So if I were you that is watching from overseas, I'm gonna go reach Dr. Britain now on Instagram. I'm gonna be leaving an Instagram link, I'm gonna be leaving an email, I'm gonna be leaving the Supremacy Connect as a pinned comment in this video and also in the description box for easy access. Reach out to her. Please request for the one where she's gonna hold your hand until you get this job. I feel like that is the best opportunity you can ever get. That is the best package you can ever get. Okay. Now, relocating abroad, like I do say, it's not a one-day thing. You don't just wake up and say you want to move abroad. Sometimes we need this extra guidance. Sometimes we need this extra help to do this. So she's gonna be doing this for you. Please reach her on Instagram. Mostly, that is our most active platform, if I'm right. Reach out on Instagram. You go to our YouTube channel. It's called Kicking with Britain. But guys, trust me, I don't just bring people on my channel. You guys know what I do here. I have a lot of passion for this. I keep singing it. This is true. I have a lot of passion for this. I was the one who went in searching for Dr. Britain. I went to look for her as I sat down and I thought, why not America? Why not the USA? There should be a lot of opportunity there. And not just opportunity to come and do many jobs or so. But if you want to go as a teacher, then this one is for you. Now, talking about the degree, she said even if you don't have degree in teaching, she can put you through and work with you. If you're a teacher already, she can put you through and work with you. Guys, this is the best platform for you to go. Go to our YouTube channel, Kicking with Dr. Britain. Go to our Instagram, request for this app. You can simply reach her and say, I'm interested, for you to put me through, hold my hands, simply guide me until I get the job in the USA. So, Dr. Britain, I don't know if you want to add any other thing, but from all of this, I don't even think we should make this video too long as it is already quite informative. Okay?
All right. So I saw somebody in the chat is asking, do you currently, not me, because I don't have any schools in the United States.
Yeah.
So do you currently have schools in the USA that are looking for foreign teachers? And Clara did ask that, and I say yes, there are school districts that are short on teachers and they go outside. I know specifically a school district was in Jamaica 2 Saturdays ago recruiting international teachers to teach in South Carolina. I know, as I mentioned earlier, International Alliance Group, and I'll just pin additional information to Clara's comment when she put it there. There's a program sponsor, International Alliance Group, who are seeking teachers to fill positions in the United States. There is a teacher shortage, and so they are always seeking teachers to teach in the United States. Can you help us with emails from schools if the US is offering?
Guys, go and reach
Um,
out. That should be the best. They should come to you. I think that's the best, coming
yes.
to you, you're going to put them through. If you have any questions about the email, the contact, the whatsoever, she's the right person, I think.
Let me answer this one last one. I did mention earlier I was going to talk about the foreign
Yeah.
certification evaluation.
Mhm.
If you want to get your credentials evaluated, you can look on the NACES website, NACES, NACES.com, and see all the approved agencies that can get your evaluations accredited. I also have a video on my website about this. The ones I recommend is Spantron and World Educational Services. I have a partnership with Spantron where you can get a $20 discount from your application to get your credentials evaluated. So Spantron and World Evaluation Services. You can check World Educational Services. Those are some of the approved credential evaluation services. So yes, thanks Clara for having me.
You are welcome.
I
So
hope I shared. Go ahead.
someone is asking for your Instagram account. I think I'm going to be leaving it in the comment
It's the
section.
same thing, Kicking with Dr. Britain. Kicking with Dr. Britain for Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm also on TikTok, but it's something else, yes.
You're so honest. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoy this. Please share. Like I just say, the sky is just so big, so wide, so spacious for every bird to fly. If you know anyone who needs this kind of opportunity, who is looking for such pathway as this into the US as a teacher, then share to them. Like you hear from this channel today, they must not have, like, it's not necessary they have a certificate in teaching previously or a degree in education before they can qualify for this pathway. She is going to put you through. Simply reach out to her on Instagram. All of the necessary information where you can access her easily is going to be leave in the comment section and also in the description box. So please reach out to her. She's the best person. You all know I'm so honest when it comes to this. I am not like 100% sure how it works. Reason why I went to search for her, and this is legit. This is verified. I did my proper research before I brought her here. She has been in this for so long. She's been teaching for like years now. Okay, so guys, please reach out to her, and she's ready to help you. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I think we're going to call it a day, yeah, except you have something else to add.
No, that's it. You have said it all. You can find me on YouTube, IG, Facebook, and definitely if you need that one-on-one consultation or your group package, or as Clara mentioned, that 1 year subscription where I'm guiding you throughout the process, you check out my website. That's supremacyconnect.com. Supremacyconnect.com. Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me, Clara. I appreciate it.
Right. Thank you guys and see you. And please don't forget to hit that like button. And as you do, may God bless you. Bye bye. Yeah.
Bye.